I'm Kate.
I'm Abong.
And I'm Sonia.
And today we're dishing with you from Fahrenheit, which is located at 3100 South Street in Georgetown in the Ritz-Carlton. And all these drinks are actually of the same shade and color, even though I can't have one.
It's spring.
It's spring.
It's
as the
springy.
temperature, as the Fahrenheit goes up,
That's right.
we drink more.
See, that's why we have her.
And downstairs is degrees, so we're having
right.
a good time here at the Ritz.
I'm feeling hot.
Witty people.
Well, our guest today is Abby Dymond. She is a Redskin cheerleader, not Redskinette. Changed the name a couple of years ago, well, a decade ago. Redskin cheerleader. Welcome to the table.
Thank you.
I have a question that sort of goes back to my heritage. I'm of Indian heritage, and everybody sent me the news clippings from when you guys went over to India to teach the Indians about cheerleading.
We did.
Did you go on that trip?
I did. I was there for 2.5 weeks. So we were there to help create the first cheerleading squad for the IPL, which was the Indian Premier League, a new cricket league that they had started there, and they had added like a Hollywood glamour factor to it. And they contracted us out, and we went over there. I think our team rotated in and out for 2.5, maybe 3 months. So it was a big project.
Did you actually have a cheerleading sort of competition to get an Indian squad there, or were you guys sort of the...
We were the cheerleaders.
You were the cheerleaders.
We were the cheerleaders the first year. And I think this might be the third year now. I think they're trying to transition over and, you know, hold auditions and do that kind of thing and have local girls.
So how did they take it? Did they love it?
Did they have uniforms and everything?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
they wore the
yeah.
hot pants and everything.
We
It was
did.
great. I loved it.
We did, yes, we did. You know what? Actually, they loved us. It was a very interesting experience because the culture is a little conservative, and so, you know, putting that against our little outfits and the way we dance and all this stuff, but no, they loved it. They would hold up signs for us, like with our names on it. I love you, Abby, call me, stuff like that. You know, it's really sweet.
Call me, country code 422.
Were the cheers similar?
Been at your hotel.
Were calling out cricket terms? I mean,
Well, actually, we don't speak when we are
okay.
cheering.
Okay.
We're professional dancers.
Okay.
So what we are doing is dance routines. We'll do like a pregame dance routine with a kick line or something like that, but we don't do like rah-rah, go team.
and in India either.
Wicked.
In
no,
India
in
either.
India we didn't do that either. No.
Okay, well, so you were teaching them about cheering and dancing, and it's something that you do actually a lot. You do it here too, whenever new people come on the team, and you're about to have a lot of new people come on the
Yes,
team.
we are.
Tell us about tryouts and what they're like.
Okay, well, tryouts are starting on March 27th.
Soon.
Very soon, and we hold an open call audition. So anyone can come out and audition who is 18 years of age and has a high school diploma. You're required to have a full-time job or be a full-time college student.
So this is not a full-time job.
No, it's not a full-time job. This is extracurricular fun that we do because we love it. It is a full-time job though because we put so many hours into it and so much of our time. So it ends up being, you know, that much of a
You
time
said full-time
commitment.
job. What about stay-at-home moms?
Stay-at-home moms, yes, that was the
counts.
next
It
thing.
is a full-time job.
Absolutely,
Okay, good.
that's more than a full-time job.
Right.
They get double credit for that.
So what are the perks since it's not a full-time job? If I were not me, but if someone else were to
Oh, I
be
dare
a
you to
Redskin
go.
cheerleader, oh, can you imagine? Nightmare. But what would be the perks for someone who actually makes the team?
Well, first of all, you have the best seats at FedEx Field. You stand, you know, right there on the line. You're like in the game, which is, you know, fantastic. We also get to travel all over the world, like we mentioned, going to India. We performed in the Chinese New Year's parade last year in Hong Kong. Our team took a trip there. And every year we do an annual calendar trip. So we go somewhere Caribbean
I've seen
for
that.
a week.
I've seen that.
I mean, because I've
Shocker,
heard. No, I've heard. I saw that it was on the internet or something. Somebody told me. But
Yeah.
I've heard you guys.
Yeah, so those are some great perks. We also, you know, we get to do a lot of cool things in the city. There's a lot of, you know, unique opportunities that are afforded to us because of our, you know, status with the Redskins and DC's hometown. So
Okay,
like
so the
doing
Caribbean,
this.
one more thing, Caribbean
You
trip.
want to know about
What
this.
was? Yeah, I kind of do. Or something. I mean, I'm asking. Somebody asked me to ask. Not really, but so what about? So where was your last trip last year?
Last year we went to San Marco Island in Florida.
Wow.
But in years past we've gone to Aruba, Cancun, Mexico. We're in the Dominican Republic, so it changes every year. But it's always, you know, beautiful beach destination, and you go with all of your friends, and you're there for a week, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay, I have to ask the rude question.
Okay.
What is the worst thing you've seen in the Redskin cheerleader tryout? from the novices? Because I would show up doing something totally.
So
It'd be like
let's
American
go back
Idol.
1 second. What do you have to do when you're
Exactly.
trying out? You have a dance routine and kind of explain to us what's going on, and then tell us some of the cringeworthy
Okay.
moments.
So there's basically two aspects to the audition process. One obviously is the dance. So you learn different routines and you perform them in several rounds in front of the judges. And then we're holding a final audition show on April 1st at the Bethesda Theater.
Oh, and can anybody come
It's
to that?
open to the public, so you can come.
Be there.
The doors open at 6:30 and the show starts at 7:30, and it's
She should
$15 for the public to come in. So that's one part of it. The other part of it is kind of the modeling aspect. So for the audition process, we have a photo shoot in a bikini. And that does go towards the judge's decision on who makes the team. I mean,
Gotta
obviously
look good in the
because-
calendar.
Yeah, we
and
shoot a
also
calendar.
The
so that's
outfits, you know, they're not old school
Right,
cheerleading outfits. So
right.
you want to make sure that
Like burkas.
that the people who are coming to be part of your squad uphold the ideals of the squad that they've had for years.
yes.
Well, fitness is important.
You can't look a mess.
Which is why I'm not auditioning.
I said it.
I'm a hot
So,
mess.
I mean, it's hard to get up. We know how hard it is to get up in front of all those people. Do people forget the dance sometimes? I mean,
During audition?
yeah.
I mean, it's very nerve-wracking. An audition, you know, just by itself is nerve-wracking. To be in front of a camera is nerve-wracking, especially if you don't have, you know, much experience with that. That does happen.
Has anybody made the team that's had absolutely no experience?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So anybody could do it.
Yeah,
The
see?
dance expert.
Do you have a Simon Cowell who's watching and who's critiquing? That was horrible.
No, I don't think we have that type of personality.
You should.
We should. Would you like
That's
to
another
come
reason
around
I should
for
be
it?
on.
Thank
Another.
you. See, I never thought you'd ask. I'm available. I will do
Any
that.
men on the
Monica?
squad? Is it open to men?
No. It's just
All women.
all females.
And do you have to have any knowledge of football whatsoever?
It's not a requirement, but you know, as you're on the team and you're learning about, you know, the game day and what we do on game day, yes, you need to know something about football so that you know how to do your job when you're there on the field.
Okay, and now not on game day.
Okay.
What are you doing as a Redskins cheerleader when it's not game day? Because when you take the uniform off, that doesn't mean you're no longer a Redskins cheerleader, and you're a captain.
And they all have that ring. All the Redskin cheerleaders have the Redskin. It's not a pinky ring per se, but it is a ring.
Well, we've made it a pinky ring. It's our
wow.
like veteran ring. So after you've completed one season, you get this ring, and it's kind of like
So everyone
bonding
knows who you are.
sisterhood.
That's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
But outside of cheering when it's not game day, this job is actually we sign a year contract. So even though it's not football season, we are still doing a lot of things in the community and preparing for next year and all this stuff. So even though we're not putting the uniform on every day to go to FedEx Field, there's a lot that's going on. For instance, a couple weeks ago, 12 of us traveled to the Middle East on a military appreciation tour.
So they do a lot of that, actually.
We do a lot of that, and that's one of the perks. That's one of the best things about being on this squad. So it's off season, but we're still right on there. We had rehearsals, we had all types of preparation, and then we were on the trip.
So are you guaranteed to be on the squad again after you've made it? And if you want to continue on the next year, do you have to try out again?
Try it every year.
Ooh.
Every year.
Even if you're the
So then who
captain?
makes
Even
the
if you're a
decision?
captain.
If so, I assume that the captains made the decisions.
No. We are leaders on the team, but we are actual team members. So we have a director, and we have a director of marketing, and we have other staff that assist us, and they are the judges. So no, I don't have any say in that. I have to audition just like everybody else, and there's 40 spots open. Nobody is guaranteed their spot for the next
But
year.
you have
Paid, right? Is it a paid gig?
There's small compensation, but we do this
You get
because we love
parking,
it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, we get
Parking.
parking. We get
Yeah, I like
gas
parking. Free
money
parking
on the
in
way to
Washington.
the stadium.
And they get those front row seats that she was talking about. 12 games.
I mean,
Nice.
what a great reason, and talk about a good way to pick up football.
And a good way to stay in shape. If you're interested in being a Redskins cheerleader, or you just want to watch the auditions, make sure you check that out. Thank you so much, Abby, for being
Thanks
with
for
us.
having me.
We sure have learned a lot. And we hope you've learned a lot too. Come back and see who's dishing with us next time on the District Dish.